In this video, we will go over how to complete your payroll onboarding. On the left navigation bar, select Payroll Setup and then select Payroll Setup again. Payroll Setup is where you will complete your payroll onboarding if you have not done so already. You'll start on the company address page. The initial address will be pre-filled based on the information provided during registration. Please verify its accuracy, and if it is incorrect, click Edit. To add additional work locations or addresses for remote employees or work from home employees, click Add Address. Enter the new information and you can specify if that address is a mailing or a filing address. A mailing address is where you'd like to receive mail. It's usually the same as your filing address. A filing address is your primary physical place of business. It can't be a P.O. box. The filing address should match the address you have on file with the IRS, which you can find on the Federal EIN Assignment Form, Form CP575. We'll use it for all local, state, and federal filings. If the address is neither, skip over this and click Save and Continue. If all addresses have been added and you are ready to proceed, click I have added all addresses. Next, you will need to enter your federal tax information, including your taxpayer type and federal filing form. Your FEIN and legal entity name will automatically be populated. If you haven't applied for an EIN yet, you can do so using this link. If you're unsure about your federal filing form, visit the IRS website. Once you have filled in all of your information, click Save and Continue. Now that we're on the bank information page, add in the company bank account for employee payments. You can use Plaid, a secure financial technology service, to quickly link your bank account to your profile. This process only takes a few minutes and will expedite your setup. If you elect for this method, click Verify Account with Plaid. Once the Plaid screen pops up, click Continue, choose your bank account, and then follow the prompts. Alternatively, you can enter your bank account information manually, add in your routing and account number, and click Save and Continue. If you choose this option, we will send 2 small test deposits to your account, which you'll need to verify. This verification process takes 2 business days, so using Plaid is recommended for faster setup. Keep in mind you can come back to this page at any time if you need to update your company bank account. Here you can add in your company's pay schedule. If you do not have a pay schedule currently, you can read more about how to choose a pay schedule by clicking here. Keep in mind, some states have laws around when you must pay your employees. Please choose a pay schedule that is legal for your employees. When selecting your pay date, please account for 2 days it will take to process payroll. Additionally, if you are onboarding, we recommend giving yourself at least 1 week before your first pay date to ensure you are able to finish the onboarding process. Start by naming your pay schedule. This can be something like every other Friday. Next, choose your pay frequency. You can choose from every week, every other week, twice a month on the 15th and the last day of the month, twice a month custom, so for example, if you wanted to pay your employees on the 5th and the 20th, and lastly, you can choose monthly, on the last day of the month. Next, we will choose our first pay date. Remember, if you are onboarding, to give yourself ample amount of time to finish that payroll onboarding process. For this, I will go ahead and select my first pay date as the 6th. My first pay period end date, I will choose next. For an added visual of your schedule, you can click Preview Upcoming Paydays. Once ready, click Save and Continue. The next step is to add your state tax information for all the states that you operate in. To start, click Setup under Actions. Each state's requirements are different. If you need information on how to register with your state's agencies, how to locate account numbers with your state's agencies, or how to authorize us as a third party, click the Resource Center in the bottom right, go to our support resources, and choose State Registration Resource. Additionally, you will find helpful links throughout the page. Once you finish entering your information, click Save and Continue. Next, we will need to have the signatory for the company complete the company documents. The signatory in HR Health will be the owner of the practice. The company signatory is responsible for electronically signing all government forms we create and is generally a member of the business or partnership. Each time a signatory is updated, we'll file a new 8655 form with the IRS to give us the reporting agent authorization. We will need to file and pay your taxes. Your signatory must be authorized by the IRS. Make sure you have selected Yes, I am authorized to sign official documents for the company, then click Save and Continue. Next, add in your personal details. Make sure this information is accurate. We'll use it to submit IRS Form 8655 so we can file and pay your federal taxes. If you do not know who your authorized signatory is, please call the IRS at 800-829-4933. Once you have filled in the information, click Submit. Now you will need to sign the company documents. These are the direct deposit authorization and the Form 8655. To the right of each document, click the Sign document. Scroll down, type in your name, and then check the box stating that I am the signatory and agree to electronically sign the document. Click Sign. Once both forms are signed, click Save and Continue. If you have paid employees under this FEIN for this calendar year, we will need previous payroll records to make sure taxes are filed properly. This will require you obtaining information from your previous payroll provider. The first step of this process is to add in any dismissed employees who have been paid in this calendar year. To do so, click the Add Dismissed Employee button in the bottom left. Next, we will add in the employee details. We will need this information in order to file payroll taxes properly. You will add in their legal name, last name, social security number, date of birth, work address, hire date, last date employed, and their home address. Once done, click Save. Once all dismissed employees are added, click Continue. Now it's time to add your previous payrolls. What is needed for this is your quarter-to-date pay stub information for each prior quarter for active and dismissed employees paid this year, as well as individual pay stubs from the current quarter for active and dismissed employees. You can click here for more information on quarters. When you have received all the information from your previous payroll provider, click Add Previous Payroll. You will add in the check date, pay period start date, and pay period end date. Now you will need to enter the earnings and taxes for each employee. To do so, click Add Amounts under Actions. Using the information provided by your previous payroll provider, fill in the correct earnings and taxes for the employee for that pay period. You can click the Calculate Tax Amounts button, but keep in mind that you should double check the amounts based on what your previous provider has. If the amounts differ, use the amount provided by your previous payroll provider. Once finished, click Save. You will need to continue this for each employee. Once done, click Save and Continue. Once all payrolls have been added, you will need to review the tax liabilities. Since you're switching payroll providers mid-year, we've calculated the amounts you may owe. Select what you'd like us to pay on your behalf. If you need to confirm the amounts, ask your current payroll provider for your outstanding tax liabilities. We will debit the company's bank account for the total tax amount 2 days after you run your first payroll with us. Only submit the amount after adding all the previous payrolls. After this point, you will need to contact our support team to make any changes to your previous payrolls. Select Bank Verification. Next, enter the 2 test deposits, and then click Verify Deposits. And that's it. We'll take it from here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our team. Thank you.